Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, my name is Zahra Visvapuspa Mayra and I am a student in a major public administration, Faculty of Social and Political Science, University Islam Negeri Sunan Gunung Jati Bandung. So now I want to share a little bit with all of you guys about North Korea foreign policy. So, first of all, I want to tell you guys about foreign policy. So, foreign policy is a series of components that will guide a country to interact with other countries or non-state actors in the international environment, and in the process it must be constantly monitored and evaluated in order to maximize the benefits of multilateral cooperation. And then in general, foreign policy includes actions in the economic, political, and military fields that are tailored to the interests of the states. And there are several main objectives of implementing foreign policy, including one, security. So security, the existence of foreign policy is very important in order to strengthen the security and sovereignty of a country. And then two, autonomy. So autonomy, this refers to the government ability to decide and make decisions regarding various domestic and foreign affairs in accordance with the country priorities. And then three, welfare. So welfare, the existence of foreign policy also aims at the welfare of citizens, where the state will enforce foreign policy in the economic fields to overcome various domestic problems. And last, for status or prestige. So status and prestige are important so that the state can get respect from other countries. Okay, move to next. North Korea. North Korea has become a hot topic of discussion because of all the provocation and threat it has made to the international community. Well, not only the international community, North Korea threats make security issues important in the East Asia region. Yeah, you know, guys, especially those within the range of North Korea missiles. And in addition to being a threat, North Korea is known as a country that is very close to the international world, and this is related to its ideology. So, namely, of the ideology, it's Juche ideology. Juche ideology itself conceptually means autonomous and independent. And then North Korea is a country with minimal transparency because this country is a very close country from the hustle and bustle of the international world. And after threats in the form of provocation are often launched by this country. Therefore North Korea foreign policy is an interesting topic. Khususnya for me, sorry. And then move to the next, talking about the change in foreign policy that North Korea has taken from the Juche policy during Kim Il-sung leadership, and then the military first policy during Kim Jong-il leadership has proven to have made the orientation of the country goals has also changed. During the leadership of Kim Il-sung, North Korea was more open to the international world by establishing close relations with South Korea, and both from the economic and socio-political sectors. And in addition, North Korea also established relations and cooperation with America, China, and North Korea is a member of the United Nations. And during the leadership of Kim Jong-il, in addition to prioritizing bilateral relation with other countries, North Korea also carried out economic development programs. Economic development programs including implementing economic development and then collective plantation program, 5-year development plan, and last 7-year economic development. And therefore, during Kim Il-sung leadership, North Korea became a strong country, both in the economic sector and international cooperation. And however, at the end of his leadership, North Korea was faced with a difficult situation where the Soviet Union, which had long been the main trading partner and largest provider of communist countries. And in addition to the collapse of the Soviet Union, North Korea was also under pressure from change in the structure of the international structure, and which included the development of China liberal economic liberalization, and the advancement of South Korea, and the development of a stronger Japanese military, and which is getting stronger. This forced North Korea to change its economic-based foreign policy towards military based on. And in the military sector, South Korea has also put more pressure on North Korea by allocating large funds for the military and conducting trilateral cooperation with Japan and America. So this cooperation in the military sector is related to territorial security, exchange of soldiers, and frequent war exercise, so that the power of the three united countries exert pressure on North Korea. And the power of the three united countries put significant pressure on North Korea, and further pressure came from Japan, of course, with its increased military power, certainly put significant pressure on North Korea. And also, during the Asia-Pacific War, Japan has signed an agreement not to build military power and forbidding to use it. And the pressure from the international community forced Kim Jong-il as the heir to his father's throne to change his foreign policy. The economic-based Juche policy proved unable to sustain the country from the economic downturn. And after took office, Kim Jong-il immediately established a military base, so military first policy with the aim of saving the country from the economic downturn. So this military first with the aim of saving North Korea from the threat of destruction and protecting the country from international pressures. And fears of the fall of the regime eventually forced Kim Jong-il to make internal mobilization efforts by taking steps to save the regime, and among others, first changing the direction and national policy by balancing economic improvement and protecting the socialist system by campaigning widely and providing political doctrines. And then second, development in the economic sector by strengthening the supply of raw materials with top priority of state and military officials, improving the civilian economy by relying on foreign aid, and then last third, improving the national structure by controlling the ruling party. ideological doctrine, control of the military sector, and exercising full control over the government elite. So those three things are used by Kim Jong-il to control the political stability in the country so that the continuity of the regime can be achieved and will be maintained. And while Kim Jong-il maintained domestic political stability, it turns out that the North Korean economy is declining and is said to be a failed state. In addition to the economy, the energy crisis and the number of malnutrition due to the food crisis and made Kim Jong-il depressed and forced to think of a way out. So North Korea limited resources and dependence on foreign parties ultimately forced North Korea to seek resources from the international world by external extraction. And external extraction by North Korea in the form of changing the international constellation from friendly to hostile. And in addition again, North Korea also carried out offensive actions, namely with the aim of to get the attention of the international community, which then negotiation or peace talks. And it is in this negotiation that North Korea will ask for compensation for the attenuation of actions taken by asking for economic assistance from the international community. And yeah, so economic aid obtained by North Korea in the form of food aid, humanitarian aid, medical aid, and fuel oil. And then by relying on this foreign aid, North Korea can overcome economic problems, poverty, energy crisis that occur within the country, but thus domestic political instability and economic downturn that were feared to could threaten the survival of the Kim Jong-il regime can be overcome by conducting internal mobilization and of course internal extraction. And so last it can be concluded that the change in foreign policy from juche policy to military first policy was an attempt to save the ruling regime under internal pressure. Because first, to overcome domestic political turmoil, Kim Jong-il used the power of the military and the government to suppress all actions taken by his people. And second, to solve the problem of economic downturn, then the path taken by Kim Jong-il is to seek resources from outside the country. And taken by Kim Jong-il is looking for resources from abroad in the form of economic aid. And both of these paths are enabled Kim Jong-il to maintain the continuity of his regime from internal and external pressures. So guys, that's all for me. I want to say sorry for any mistake. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.